RIBO exam preparation. RIBO exam preparation. Core concepts, regulations, and insurance principles. Slide 1. RIBO important concepts part 2. Slide 2 of 13 slide. Condominiums and business interruption. Condominiums and business interruption. Condominium unit owners' comprehensive policy provides excess property coverage for the individual unit if the condominium corporation's master policy limit is exhausted, inadequate, or non-existent. Condo coverage A3, improvements and betterments, covers any upgrades made to the condo unit that are permanently fixed to the walls or floors, e.g., custom closets, upgraded flooring. Business interruption types includes profits insurance, gross profits form, gross earnings insurance, an extra expense insurance designed to indemnify a business for its loss of net income and ongoing fixed expenses due to fire or other insured perils damaging the building. Stock or equipment. Rental income payment. If a property is rendered unfit for occupancy by an insured peril, the policy pays for the lost rental income or fair rental value. It does not pay the insured's ongoing home mortgage principal. Automobile insurance, OAP1 and Ontario forms, system structure and application rules. Lessor versus lessee. Lessor, the leasing company legal owner of the vehicle. Lessee, the customer who leases and operates the vehicle. Leased vehicle applications. When a client leases a vehicle, they must purchase an OAP1 owner's policy in their own name and explicitly name the leasing company as the lessor additional insured on the policy. High-risk applicants. If an applicant has a severe driving record, e.g., impaired driving convictions, the broker's regulatory duty is to accurately complete the application and submit it to the facility association market. The insurer, not the broker, performs the underwriting due diligence and makes the final decision. Slide 5 of 13 slides. Facility association, an insurance pooling mechanism and collective arrangement among all auto insurers in Ontario. In the open market, it acts as a guaranteed market of last resort for high-risk automobile risks. Material change in risk, usage, clients must notify their insurer immediately if they change the use of the vehicle, e.g., transitioning from personal commuting to commercial use, such as delivering food or flowers. Appraisal process. If an insurer intends to write off a vehicle because the repair costs exceed its ACV, but the insured insists on repairs, either party can demand an appraisal. Under the statutory conditions, the expenses of the appraisal must be shared equally between the insured and the insurer. Direct compensation property damage. OAP1 coverages and endorsements. Who is covered? Covers the named insured, their spouse, occupants of the vehicle, dependents, specified drivers, and any pedestrian struck in an accident involving the insured automobile. Income replacement benefits, IRB, calculated based on 70% of the insured's gross weekly income, up to a statutory cap. These basic limits are considered standard and cannot be altered unless optional upgraded benefits are purchased. Post-age 65 disability benefits. Standard disability benefits cannot be retroactively increased or extended at the option of the insured once they pass age 65. Collateral benefits. Other available compensation streams, such as private group disability plans or workplace benefits, are deducted from SAB's weekly benefits. SABS acts as a secondary payer for income replacement. Direct compensation property damage, DCPD, covers loss or damage to the insured vehicle, its equipment, contents, and loss of use. For DCPD to apply, the accident must occur in Ontario, involve at least 2 vehicles, and at least one of the other vehicles must be identified and insured by an Ontario-licensed auto insurer. The claim is paid by the insured's own company regardless of fault. Uninsured automobile coverage responds when an insured suffers bodily injury or property damage caused by an uninsured driver, or bodily injury caused by an unidentified hit-and-run driver. Property damage caused by an unidentified driver is not covered under this section unless the owner-driver of the vehicle is identified. Physical damage deductible exemptions. Under the OA P1 loss or damage sections, standard deductibles are completely waived if the damage is directly caused by fire, lightning, or the explosion of natural manufactured gas. Coverage C, collision or upset, covers physical damage when the vehicle collides with another object or flips over upsets. A collision involves contact with another object or the ground. An upset occurs when the vehicle tips over and the only thing it impacts is the ground. Comprehensive losses, falling or flying objects such as a rock cracking a windshield or a damaged side mirror from an unknown source are processed under comprehensive coverage. Newly acquired automobiles, whether a replacement vehicle, trade-in, or an additional vehicle, coverage is automatically extended for a maximum of 14 days from the purchase date. The coverage matches the existing policy limits, provided the insurer is notified within that 14-day window. Impaired driving exclusion. If an insured is convicted of impaired driving, the insurer will deny physical damage coverage for the insured's own vehicle. However, third-party liability claims and standard accident benefits will still be administered according to provincial law. Snowmobiles as automobiles. In Ontario, a snowmobile is legally defined as an automobile for insurance purposes whenever and wherever it is operated, on or off public roads. Electronic accessories limit. Electronic and audio equipment is fully covered without limit if it is factory installed, came with the vehicle. For aftermarket equipment, e.g. custom sound systems, coverage is limited unless the invoice is provided and an endorsement is added. Slide OPCF 32, Recreational Vehicles by Unlicensed Operators. Waives the prohibition against unlicensed operators driving a recreational vehicle, providing coverage only when the vehicle is operated off public highways, g. on private trails or frozen lakes. OPCF 44, our Family Protection Endorsement, protects the insured and family members if they sustain bodily injuries caused by a third-party driver who is underinsured, uninsured, or unidentified, matching the settlement up to the insured's own liability limits. OAF2, Driver's Policy Form, designed for individuals who do not own an automobile but frequently drive or rent vehicles, g. while on vacation, and require excess liability and physical damage protection beyond what the rental company offers. OPF6, Non-Owned Automobile Policy, issued to business owners who do not own corporate vehicles, but whose employees regularly operate their personal vehicles for company business during working hours. Travel health insurance, the high-risk activities, dangerous activities, g. professional car racing, skydiving, paragliding, mountain climbing, are standard exclusions in a fee policy. An insured must be informed that they are uncovered during those specific activities, though their standard emergency medical coverage remains active for the rest of the trip. Conversely, recreational activities like hiking, biking, and standard skiing, excluding freestyle competitive skiing, are fully covered unless performed for professional or competitive purposes. Pre-existing conditions and stability clauses. Travel health policies contain strict limiting provisions regarding pre-existing medical conditions. If a condition is not stable within a specified time frame before travel, the insurer may cap your coverage limits, increase your premium, or deny claims related to that condition entirely. Declared pre-existing conditions. If an insured fully discloses a pre-existing condition on their application, and the insurer accepts the risk, the insurer cannot later refuse to pay an emergency claim based on that specific declared condition. Group insurance coverages. Group travel plans frequently provide unlimited coverage for emergency ambulance transportation, whereas limits are typically placed on nursing care, private hospital room upgrades, and chiropractic services. Medical evacuation and fit-to-return rule. Once an insured receives emergency treatment abroad and is deemed medically stable fit to travel by an attending physician, the insurer will require them to return to Canada. The insurer will not cover ongoing, long-term medical treatments in a foreign country. Elective surgery. Benefits are strictly not payable for elective, cosmetic, or non-emergency surgeries while traveling. Telephone hotlines. Emergency telephone hotlines are utilized in THEE to report claims immediately, determine the medical urgency of the insured's condition, direct clients to appropriate medical facilities, and manage control healthcare costs. AHIP Residency Rule. The Ontario Health Insurance Plan, IHIP, ceases to provide continuous healthcare coverage if an individual is absent from Ontario for more than 212 days in any 12-month period.